Good morning and welcome back to another video of the Healthy Girl Summer series. Today's video is going to be my favorite easy and healthy and a really big emphasis on the easy meals to eat that honestly I eat really regularly. So basically I'm just going to take you through kind of like a what I eat in a day. I am not someone who loves to cook. Okay, let me rephrase that. I like to cook when I have time and when I have nothing else I need to really do that's pressing, which during the week is usually not the case. So when you're trying to eat healthy, cook your own meals and you have a lot going on, it's not always the easiest thing to juggle, and that's when it gets really easy to just snack or order in or eat something that's really not good for you. So I'm going to show you the easy things that I've come up with that I pretty much eat, I guess often. I don't know, I'm pretty boring. I guess I eat them pretty often, but whatever. They're healthy, they're easy, they're simple. So we're gonna start off with breakfast. For breakfast, I'm gonna do literally what I eat every single morning, which is oatmeal. But before we get onto that, if you do enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my recipes, please give them a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the bell notification and subscribe so you're notified every single time I upload a new video. And for the month of June, I'm uploading 2 videos per week, every Sunday and every Wednesday, so make sure you don't miss out. Okay. So oatmeal. This is the one that I like to use, and if you're not from Canada, then you're probably not gonna have this because it's from Superstore, but this is just Organics quick oats. This is literally my favorite and what I eat every single morning without fault. I don't know, I just don't get bored of my breakfast. So this is what I eat every single morning. You can totally eat different types of oats. A very popular brand that I'm sure they have everywhere is the brand Quaker. The only thing with Quaker is you have to be careful which ones you're buying, because some of them, like some of the very generic brand oatmeals, have a lot of sugar and a lot of extra stuff that you really don't need in your body. These ones don't. So this is their super grains with flax and quinoa. So this one actually has 0 grams of sugar and it's really high in fiber and flax, which is really good for you. But the regular like little packet instant ones, they usually have a lot of sugar, so just be careful of that because that's something you can easily avoid and cut out. I make my oats really weird, and I've honestly never met somebody that makes them the same way that I do, but I don't know, it's just the way I like to make them and I will never stray from it. But it's very similar to making them in a pan. I honestly just make oats, then I cover them with boiling hot water from the kettle. It cooks them really nicely, and then I like to add chia seeds. I add chia seeds every single morning because they're just high in omega-3s, high in fiber. They're just like that morning kickstart that you need. Chia seeds are really good for you. You can add them into really anything, onto fruits, into smoothies. You can just do chia pudding with it and have it as a snack, but my way of getting them in is just getting them in my breakfast. So I just buy a regular black chia seeds from the store, and then I always love to top my oatmeal with some fresh fruit. Again, just an easy way to get fruit in first thing in the morning and have a nice healthy start to your day. So once I pop it out of the microwave, it usually looks like this and it is piping hot. So what else I like to add to it is some organic yogurt. And that, my friends, is my breakfast every single morning. The fruit sometimes changes, but everything else stays the same because I'm boring. But I think oatmeal is another one of those things that's similar to smoothies where you can really add extra things that you want to. You can add protein powder, you can add peanut butter, you can add any sort of fruits, any sort of seeds, you can add nuts to it. You can add so many more things to either change the flavor of it or to add like nutrition, any type of supplements that you want to take. So oatmeal is a great and easy way to start off your morning. So right now I'm just gonna go enjoy my breakfast and I'll see you at lunch. Okay, it is now lunchtime and I'm hungry, so let's make some lunch. First off, the perfect breakfast to lunch, like tie me over snack, is a smoothie bowl, or even the perfect lunch, the perfect breakfast. So I'm gonna leave the video that I just posted about that right here. It's the recipe of how you can make a smoothie bowl with a regular blender, no need for any fancy blenders. You can add protein powders to make it super filling, and that way you have your lunch, your breakfast, your snack, whatever you want. But today for lunch, I'm actually gonna be having 2 lunches because I have 2 really easy go-to lunches that I love, and some days you can have 2 lunches. So I'm gonna have one now, and I'm gonna have one when I come back from my errands. So the first one is going to be like a breakfast sandwich. I love having sandwiches for lunch, and I really want to incorporate more eggs into my diet. I usually eat lots of eggs on the weekend, but during the week it's not something that I think about. So I want to eat more eggs, and this is the perfect way that I found to do it. This is also an easy way that I found to incorporate more greens, because I used to love salads. Like years ago, I could eat salads every single day. And now, I don't know, there's something that I just don't really like salads anymore. I don't know why. So I've been trying to find more ways to incorporate greens that I like. And I actually found a way by kind of like making them with my eggs. So I'll show you right now. So I'm going to just use 2 regular eggs and some, what is this called, fancy bread, sprouted wheat bread. And then I'm gonna use spinach and kale. So I already prepped it here. I washed it, and this bowlful, I know it looks like a lot, but trust me, when you add heat, it's really not a lot. So let's make some food. All right, so I have my bread in the toaster here. I'm just gonna let that go. And then I've got my pan turned on, and I'm just gonna use coconut oil for cooking. All right, so what we're gonna do with these guys here, so I'm just literally, you can see my mic, that's fine. I'm literally just going to put this onto the heat, and I'm gonna add a little bit of oil on top, and then I'm just gonna add some garlic powder. Garlic powder just kind of masks the bitter taste of the kale and the spinach, but then it tastes so good after. You can totally eat it like, mwah. Remember how big this is now? It's gonna be literally like a quarter of the size when we're done. So while that's going, when my bread is done, I'm just going to put on some honey dill. Now, you've probably never heard of honey dill because if you're not from Winnipeg or Manitoba, chances are you probably don't have it. And actually, if you do have honey dill where you live, please let me know in the comments where you live, because that's amazing. But I think it's only a Manitoba thing. Basically, it's a mixture of honey and dill. It's like a dipping sauce. It's meant for chicken fingers, but like we use it on absolutely everything because it's delicious. So I like to put that on top of my toasted bread. Then I'm just gonna use a little bit of salami and some cheese, and then we're gonna put the eggs on top, a little bit of seasoning, and we're good to go. Okay, look at this. This is literally the entire bowl of kale and spinach. This is just this little chunk of veggies. Super healthy, super yummy, tastes like garlic salt. You can totally season it with whatever you want. And then right here, just the bread with the honey dill, cheese, salami, the 2 eggs, and then I put some everything but the bagel seasoning on top. Now it's time for lunch number 2, and this is another super easy idea, super healthy, and this is actually also a popular dinner thing for Alex and I. You know, on those days when it's really hot and you just really don't feel like cooking something, or you just want something nice and light? Well, this is what we usually do instead. It's basically a tuna salad, and then if we want something a little more substantial, put it onto like bread or a cracker or something like that. So it's super easy. You just cut up a little bit of onion, cut up a little bit of celery, throw it in a bowl, add some tuna, add however much you want, and then without measuring it, I just kind of add to taste. I add mayonnaise, Dijon mustard, salt and pepper. I think that's it. And a little bit of lemon juice, also a little bit of lemon juice. And then I just usually spread that over these little crackers that I love. They're by the brand Wasa. I don't know if you can get them everywhere, but these are the multigrain crisp breads. They have 5 grams of fiber, 90 calories. Very light, very easy, very delicious. Definitely like a super quick lunch. And then you can store extras for later and have it later. Hello, so it is the next day. Alex did come home with steaks last night, so how could I say no to that? But today we're gonna make the dinner option for this video. 3 words, sheet pan meal. Sheet pan meals have been literally a blessing for me for the last little while. We've been having sheet pan meals pretty regularly, and honestly, they're just so easy, so convenient, and like little to no mess. I love it so much. So what a sheet pan meal is literally you just throw everything on a sheet pan, throw it in the oven, boom, you have a full-on dinner. This usually consists of some sort of meat. So for ours, it's usually chicken breast, and then either like potatoes or yams, and then some sort of veggies that we just cook in the oven. Boom, comes out as a sheet pan meal. So for today's sheet pan meal, we're doing chicken breast. Just gonna season it really, really lightly. Yams, because those are my absolute favorite thing ever, and some asparagus on this side. So because some things do take a little bit more time to cook than others, you may actually need 2 sheet pans for this. Just depends on what you prefer, really. So sometimes I'll just do 1 sheet pan for the potatoes or the yams because they do need to be in the oven a little bit longer, and then I'll do a second one for the chicken and the veggies on the side. So for today's meal, we are gonna go cut up the yams first. I'm gonna put them in the oven. So I do like to preheat the oven to 400 Fahrenheit. I do find that the yams, I like them to be nice and mushy, so I put the yams in for about 40-45 minutes. And then the chicken, I only put in for 20 with the veggies. So 20 is my sweet spot for chicken. I find it's super juicy and it's fully cooked and it's delicious. So I like to do 2 sheet pans personally because I just find that it's easier that way, so I don't have to like track when to pull one out and whatnot, and it's all hot and I have to move things around, but totally up to you. So as you can see, I just use the same spices on the chicken and on the vegetables and on the ham fries because I love the spices and I don't mind just using the exact same spices. It's the lazy in me to just season absolutely everything, but you can switch up your spices. You can even use different spices for different things. That's the beauty of it. It's really as simple as that, and a quick 40 minutes and you have a delicious meal. You can also try different spices every single time to change up the flavor. You can switch out the yams for potatoes, potatoes, or for just a variety of different vegetables, switch out the chicken for a non-meat option or for something else. Really, the options are endless and it's just easy. You put it on a pan, throw it in the oven, and you're good to go. Another thing that I like to do is either double or triple the recipe. That way Alex and I can have lunch or dinner the next day, and it's really easy to just make a little bit more and then have food for the next day. Eating healthy is pretty simple. You just have to find what works for you. And I know it took me a while to find what works for me, my lifestyle, my routine, what Alex and I both like, to be able to make that consistently or to be able to find different variations of the same thing. But these are just the easy meals that I make on a regular basis, things that I buy literally weekly because they're easy, they're healthy, and they work for us. So I encourage you to explore, try out different things, see what works for your family, see what works for you, your partner. Maybe it's not the exact recipe that I made, maybe some sort of a variation of it, but really, as I say, healthy lifestyle is a lot of trial and error and then finding what works for you and implementing that. Alrighty, I will leave you there. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps to support me and my channel. It shows me that you like the type of videos that I am making. If you have any suggestions for the Healthy Girl Summer series or videos that you'd like to see related to healthy lifestyle, please leave them down in the comments below. I really hope that you're enjoying the series so far. I'm really enjoying making these videos, and I will see you shortly with the third video of the series that will be up on Sunday. So make sure you hit that bell notification so you're notified when I upload the new video. But until then, make sure you watch the first video of the series, Healthy Delicious Smoothie Bowls with a regular blender. But that is all for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Know yourself, know your body, and until next time.